Hello and welcome. Now in this video what we are going to do is to create a countdown clock that we can either use on our paging system or on our website. So let's go to the countdown area, and what we're going to do is we're going to click create new. So we'll be creating a new countdown timer. And we're going to start in this video by creating one with a fixed calendar deadline. That means that we'll have an exact date when we want the offer to end. And so as a result of that, what we're going to do is we're going to click the select date area, and then we're going to give it an exact date that it's going to end. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have the calendar, or we're going to have Clockwork Funnels actually send people to a link that they can go to before the offer expires. So you'll want to put an offer in here that you want them to see up until the deadline. So in this particular case, we're just going to put an offer in here. And when you do that, that means then that until June 11, 2016, people are going to be sent direct to the clockworkfunnels.com website. And we're only using that for the sake of example. You will put the website in here that you want the visitor to be sent to before the deadline. Now, a very important aspect of this process is to select the right time zone. And so in this particular case, we're going to select a time zone that is going to be consistent with our own. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the time of day that we want that offer to expire. So on June 11th, we want the offer to expire at a specific time, and we could say that we want it to expire at 11:30 p.m. And then what we could do is we want them to be sent to a page once the offer has expired. So in this particular case, you will put an offer in here, or you put a page in here that says that either we are sold out, or that the offer is closed, or that there's a waiting list. And you can do a number of different things in order to keep strategic and in order to keep people moving through your marketing funnel. But you definitely want to have something that says to them that the offer that they were trying to get to prior to the deadline is now over, because you want to make sure that you are communicating to your buyer that you mean what you say when you actually give a deadline. So in this particular case, we're just going to write in an offer. Now we're going to give this countdown a name, and that name is going to be unique to us. No one else is going to see it. We're going to just write in here Clockwork maybe and webinar, so that we know what the offer is. Now we've now created all the elements that we need for a fixed calendar deadline, and so what we're going to do is we're going to click submit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the clock that we want to have associated with this offer. So what we're going to do is we're going to select one of the clocks. In this particular case, we might say that the clock is going to be blue. Now we do have some options here. We can actually go to the custom area and we can change that color, or we can stick with the template. So we can take a template and we can alter it. Go to a template and then alter it, or we can leave it as the default. So when we go to Now, when we come to this screen, we're going to be given three choices. We can do a flip clock countdown. We can do an email countdown, which is where we will actually display this code in an email. Or we can have an opt-in form. Now, in this particular case, we're going to go with the flip down clock that's actually going to appear in our website. And in order to finish this process, what we're going to need to do is we're going to now need to get the flip clock code. And what we'll do with this flip clock code is we will then copy all of it, and then we will put it on our page where we want the clock to appear. Now, if we're using the paging system inside of Clockwork Funnels, we do not have to do anything with this code, and we can go ahead and click Save. Once that clock has been saved, we can then go to the page that we are working with, and I'm going to go there now. And we're going to now start a new page, and then we'll just start a blank page so that we can see how this works. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually drag a countdown clock element into the pane. And all we'll need to do is to go to the countdown clock area, drag a counter in there, and now we have a countdown clock. Now when you drag the element into this area, what you're going to notice is that there's a clock that's already there. And you're going to put your cursor right on top of that clock. And then you're going to notice that there is a menu here, and you're going to go to that menu and click the drop down. I'm going to scroll and look for the clock that you created. There's the one that we created called Clockwork and Webinar. We're going to click that link, and then we're going to save the changes. That means now that this element is now part of our paging system, and then whatever else we add to this page, this countdown clock will then follow our customer through the end of the actual launch. So this clock now has 7 days till the end of the launch, and this timing is going to follow them. Even if we choose to use another clock and then place that clock into the email, this time is going to reflect that customer's experience throughout the entire launch. So we have now added a fixed timeline, and we will now move on to the other elements. With that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.